Today, we are going to talk about the Territory of Arzno, Part 1. That's right, there's 2 parts. We're doing Part 1 today because Part 2 isn't in this book. Surprising. But it is a new city in Arizona. And it was founded early on after the cataclysm. So unlike many other city-type entries in Rifts, it is not based off of an old world city. It's not growing out of the ruins of something that was before. It is new. Nothing was here before. There was no city here. They built it from scratch. And so it's got its own flavor. It has no history bogging it down. So, you know what? Let's take a look at it and see what they did.
Be sure to like, subscribe, share. You know you want to share. Sharing is caring. And I feel like I say this like every 5 seconds, but for you guys, it's every other day. Sean and Kevin will be here on the 6th of October to talk about gaming stuff. Of course, Palladium Books gaming stuff. We're going to be talking about wilderness travel and survival. We're going to be talking about underpowered and overpowered OCCs, and we will probably dive into SDC versus MDC and how to handle them. So if any of those 3 topics interest you, or if you have a question about them, or if you want to tell me which OCC is just absolute trash, nobody should ever play it, also be sure to write down why it is trash. We'll bring that up with Kevin and Sean. We'll see what they have to say about that, because maybe you have found the one OCC that is total trash that Rifts needs to fix. But until then, let's listen to what Heathen Dog has to say.
All right. Territory of Arzno, Part 1. What was once northwestern Arizona, a new territory has arisen out of the chaos of the New West. This territory involves around the city of Arzno. Unlike many communities in post-apocalyptic Earth, and especially in New West, Arzno was built from scratch, not on the broken bones of some pre-Rift city. Other than that, its history is somewhat mystery. Due to the uncommonly high percentage of magical practitioners, especially techno-wizards, it is commonly believed that the city was founded by refugees from the Federation of Magic, possibly a group of techno-wizards seeking something besides the wars, feud, and general violence of the Magic Zone. Remember, the Magic Zone is the central part of the U.S. that is just loaded with huge ley lines and dozens of nexi. It's magic and demon central. So there's not a lot of quiet to be had. In the area of Arzno, however, there are ley lines, but they're much smaller. They're
quaint little ley lines.
They're quaint. So magic is still prevalent, but it's not quite as chaotic. Not a whole lot of ley line storms on those little tiny lines. They're not.
I can be a cactus people? I'm in.
I'll get to them. Don't worry.
Okay.
Or possibly, others think a group of mages came north to escape the ever-advancing vampire threat. And there is a lot of evidence to back that up, because many of the people of Arzno do speak Spanish and have for generations.
Cross the water. You can't.
There you go. There it is. The year that the town was founded is another mystery. It's estimated to be around 50 PA. But the weapons manufacturing and the Mercenary corporation that actually solidified this place didn't occur until 92 PA. It's located about a mile north of the Grand Canyon in the cooler region of the desert. If it's true that the group of mages found the city, they chose a great place for it, since Arzno is located amongst a vast network of small ley lines that crisscross the canyon region. Most of the city and surrounding territory, PPE levels are available to mages are high, doubling spell duration, damage range, and giving them an additional 10 PPE per level every 12 hours. There are 2 small nexus points within the city walls, one at the Arzno Mercenary Corps compound and another on the other side of town at the weapons manufacturing plant. And the reason that they built those 2 things on top of those small nexi is because they use it to power the weapons production facility and all of the defensive measures for the city. And that's another reason why maybe people from here could have been from the Federation of Magic, because the Federation of Magic does that too. They harness nexi for energy. They're not cool enough to use pyramids or anything like that, because the Splugorth and the Atlanteans are mum's the word on that technology, but they have figured out a way to do it. So what do we have in the territory of Arzno? Well, we have mostly human, but we have Finodi, which are, I'm going to later on, don't worry, cactus people, Psy stalkers, mutant animals, and other.
Okay, real
Why?
quickly about the cactus people, though.
About the cactus.
I could have sworn we did talk about them in New West.
We
I
did in
just
the
don't
New West,
remember
yeah.
because
In the New
that
West.
was years ago, and I'm not a fan of the book. By the way, every time I say that, apparently I sell books for Palladium, so I hate New West. I hate New West. I hate New West. I hate New West. Go buy yours now. But cactus people. Every time I hear the word cactus people, I can only think of Final Fantasy. Sorry, but that's it. With the little cactus dudes out there, and
I get it. Cactus people are weird, and I don't like them. But I don't like a lot of New West, so whatever.
And we just sold some more books. Awesome.
Yeah, we just sold some more books. There you go. The level of education is considered fair to good, with 50% of the population fluent in American, 20% in Spanish, or both, the remaining other 20%. The remaining 10% speak a variety of different DB and foreign languages. 45% of the people are literate in at least one language. That's considered fair to good. Remember, this is Rifts, people. This is post-apocalyptic. If half your population can read and write, damn, you're doing something right.
Still better than Merca.
Still better.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at never mind.
Yeah. OCC breakdown. 31% are techno wizards.
Wow.
12% are operators, 11% leyline walkers, 11% mystics, 8% doctors, lawyers, whatever, 3% mind melters, bursters, and other master psychics, and 14% have some other OCC allows them to be employed as a mercenary, gunfighter, gunslinger, crazy, juicer, headhunter, bounty, whatever.
Can we flip some of those damn percentages around? I'd rather have a few more doctors than techno wizards. I'm just saying. Plus, if you're coming here to make your techno wizard fortune, oh, it's already saturated.
Hey, you know what? If you specialize in a certain techno wizard item, you can corner the market on that item and make yourself a living. Air conditioners. Yeah. You are. No, it's the cooler part of the desert. Shut up. You need air conditioners. Government. An elected council known as the Council of Elders governs the city and territory of Arzno. The council is a senate of 11 elected citizens, with one of them serving as chief elder, who has no special governing power other than settling the agenda and running the meetings. And I'm sure being a tiebreaker, because there's 11, the chief is one. He doesn't vote unless there's a tie, just like the Senate, where our Senate in the U.S., where the vice president votes, but only if it is a 50-50 tie. There are no political parties or sophisticated politics because, governments are new again. So you're starting over. You're no longer at peak anything. And then it gives examples of some of the characters who run the city and the law. You have civilian patrollers. Now, these are Arzno Mercenary Corps. Civilian patrollers are a militia-style police force made up of largely ex-mercenaries that keep the law in the city of Arzno. Now, they're normally not military. They're not part of the military, but in time of desperation, they can be drafted into the actual military force of the Arzno territory. But they are your basic patrol officer, like beat cop, walks a beat. And then there's that's the P3. The P2 is your patrol officer who has a vehicle and a partner, kind of like a cop in his shop. And then you have the P1, which is the detective and specialist, like a forensic scientist, stuff like that. All right. So, normal cop stuff. And there's a wall around the entire city. It's 20 feet high and 10 feet thick. It only has 35 MDC per every 25 feet. So it's not going to keep out anything. It's not mega damage material. It's just a whole bunch of SDC material. So it's not going to stop an invading force, but it will slow it down enough to where the militia and the army can actually start mounting a defense. That's what. So
this goes back to why I want to talk to Kevin and Sean. This is a perfect example about the relationship between MDC and SDC, because I sit here and I look at 35 MDC, that's keeping out most everybody because normal weapons aren't going to break it. Sure, a Glitter Boy steps right through it. A Borg, I'll take it down in a couple of rounds. I can I get that because I'm player characters, but most roving bands shouldn't be, in my mind, shouldn't be MDC. They should look at that wall and be like, too tough for us, boys. We ain't getting this train, and moving on to the next. But
that's fine. And that's exactly what happens here.
But what you said is something that I think is very prevalent, though. It's like, well, it's not going to stop much. It's 35 MDC, and I think that's what the vast majority of Rifts players believe, and I don't think they're wrong because I really think that's just the presentation of adventures. And this is my dichotomy between SDC and MDC. I think that 35 should be massive. Should be a whoa, that's going to stop all but the most important. Again, player characters are a little different. I understand that. But that should be, we got 35 MDC wall. Good luck, buddy. Good luck.
Well,
Unless the go ahead.
Let me give you an example. A normal MDC gun rifle, a normal MDC rifle will do, say,
Books 457.
2d4 MDC, right? So you're going to average about 5 MDC per hit. So it'll take you 7 hits to make a 5-foot wide hole.
Mm-hmm.
That'll get you through and one person at a time. But it'll take you 5 attacks, or 7 attacks, pew, 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 on average.
So 30 seconds. That's nothing.
Yeah. But it's 30 seconds for everyone beyond that wall to start mobilizing, and you only made a 5-foot wide hole. Remember, it's 25 square feet is 35 MDC, and this wall is 20 feet thick. Do the math on that. That is a 20-foot long, 5-foot wide hole. No, it's not.
I said that'd be 100, but
that'd be 100.
It'd be small. It'd be smaller than that.
Yeah,
but
it's going to be a small hole. Even after protracted attacks, it's going to be a small hole. Now, if you have, say, a bunch of missiles attacking the wall, it's going to go down faster, but it's not going to be immediate. It's to buy time. To buy time for people beyond on the good side of the wall to be able to, get in a firing line and shoot at anyone who they see through the hole.
I just wish that 35 MDC would be considered impenetrable to most people other than, again, player characters, because their job is to go after supernatural nasties and so forth. The Coalition, because it is a huge conglomerate army, it's a military industrial complex of sorts. And the evil, I shouldn't say evil, but the powerful MDC creatures that can be rifted in and so forth. You see what I'm saying? Like
I get it.
It's that.
I get it.
And I don't mean to derail this, but I thought that was a perfect example because 35 MDC to me sounds perfectly reasonable, freaking awesome. I want to be behind that wall, but every player is going to be, I'll take that down in 30 seconds.
Well, no. Okay. Using real math, 25 square feet to create a 5-foot wide hole in this wall, in this 20-foot thick wall, would require 125 damage.
But here's where I'm going to say that you're wrong, and it's not that you're wrong. It's the fact that when game designers write books like this, they don't think in volume. They for whatever reason think in square feet. So 25 square feet for most game designers, and Kevin could correct this if he really did dive into this, it would actually be a 25-foot area broken into that wall. Okay,
well, by normal math,
I know
it would take 125 mega damage to create a 5-foot wide hole all the way through this wall. That would take doing a regular guy with a rifle only does 5 mega damage on average per attack. How many attacks is that, dude? All day. It'll take a long time. There's going to be all day to create a defense behind that part of the wall to kill this guy once he makes that hole. But an actual siege force with missiles and glitter boys and giant big boom booms can take that wall down in less than a minute.
Yeah. I mean, theoretically, that's less than Plastic Man armor. I mean,
yeah. But you have around a minute to get some people on the other side of that wall.
Fair enough.
So it's made to build. It's made to buy time. It's made to buy time. And then we have the actual mercenary corps, which is the army, the standing army of Arzno. And we have all the organization points and stuff like that. If you run a point system for your organizations, and the history behind it, blah blah blah. Colors and banners, don't even know that. Rank is loosely based on previous military. We got privates and corporals and sergeants and lieutenants and captains and all that stuff. And then we have the major people that are in the military corps. The commander, Mage Orna, who is a true Atlantean weapon mage, which I don't remember what a weapon mage is, and it's not, and the OCC is not listed in this book. So I don't know what to tell you. I imagine it's magic using weapons. Sounds like techno wizardry. Maybe it's an offshoot.
So does it at least reference the book that you're supposed to look at for this?
No. I read it. It does not. It's a mistake. It is a mistake. And then we have second in command, this guy.
This guy. He's got you scared. Like he's scared of boom boxes.
Yeah, he's surrounded by boom boxes, which are probably mini missile dispensers. He is a fourth level Psy Stalker and fourth level RPA elite. Yep. Okay. They are missiles. Yep. Okay. They are missiles. And then we have a crazy who's third in command. What? I mean, you put crazy as a command of crap, but no, he's an 8th level crazy.
How many insanities is that automatically? Oh, it says right there. Oh, he believes he's a true
Atlantean. He is claustrophobic. He is obsessed with cleanliness. He has anger and frustration problems.
Okay, those aren't real insanities. Come on. He rolled too well.
Hates gambling. Come on, man. Hates gambling. That's your obsession. I obsess with something I don't do. Shut up.
You found the one crazy that isn't actually crazy.
Crazy.
That's why he's allowed to be in charge.
Exactly, because he's a crazy that's not really crazy. He hates bad things. Oh, no. Oh, dear.
Right.
And then we have Dorian Tyrone. He's a captain of intelligence, and he is a cyber knight.
Go figure.
Rumble, captain of mechanized forces. What happened? Oh, he's holding a vampire head. Okay, that's better.
I'm thinking the Transformer.
Yeah. He is a mining Borg transformed into a military Borg. So he's an escaped slave. He's an Transformer slave. He transformed into a military Borg. That's what he did. Patria Nemioso sounds like something Hermione would say, but okay. Leader of Delta Squad, and he or she is a 6th level undead slayer. Remember, there you go. There she is. Now remember, Arizona is starting to have a problem with vampires because vampires are starting to encroach from Mexico. Now, the Grand Canyon is a natural barrier, and it's a good one. It's got running water under a lot of it and everything. But vampires aren't stupid animals. They can go around and get around. So you need some defense against. You need some defense against that. And then we have Gara Nota, head field mechanic. And he is probably an operator. Nope, techno wizard, 5th level techno wizard.
What race?
I wonder when we're going to hit a techno wizard. And Fidel.
Fidel, yeah.
Sergeant and rogue CS dog boy, former CS dog boy.
Good boy. He's a real
good boy. And we have
boy.
a resident werebeast.
What?
Yep. Were Jaguar. 5th level Were Jaguar.
Go back to South America.
And we have Hank Payne. Sorry. And he's an 8th level smuggler.
Does he get really small?
No. Sadly, no. But and then we have other personnel. This is to if you want to create an adventure with the AMC, the Arzno Military Corp. These are the personnel that are going to be there. This many Leyline Walkers, Techno Wizards, Mystics, Undead Slayers, and if you're going on an anti-vampire hunt, this is the weapons they'll have. If you're going on a not normal non-vampire missions, this is the weapons you'll have. These are the vehicles they have at their disposal, stuff like that. And then we have places of note: the weapons manufacturing facility, the military core compound, the jail, city hall, all of the normal stuff, what kind of defenses they have, how good they are, the people that are there, when they're open, when they're closed, stuff like that. Normal stuff you want in creating a campaign around the new city of Arzno. And that's it. That is it. That is part 1 of the city of Arzno. Now, in part 2, I imagine they're going to talk about what they didn't talk about here, which are the cactus people and the Finodi, whatever the hell they are. We don't know what they are. We know they're 20-something% of the population, but we don't know what they are. We'll probably find out in part 2.
To be fair, it did say that in this that there is a second part, and part 2 is probably going to be in Rifter 10. Which there is one in between, Rifter 9.5, which we'll be covering first, which apparently, well, it's 9.5. It's, I don't know. All right, so
it has the greatest addition to Rifts since Mega Damage. Greatest addition. It completely negates the problem of Mega Damage versus Standard Damage. Completely negates the problem, and I love it.
Too bad we couldn't cover that now, because we could bring that up to Kevin and Sean next week.
I know, right? No, we gotta wait. We gotta wait.
Yeah. Oh well. All right, so I only start 2. Grizzly Beardo says, dude, this guy's a cop. Insane hatred of gambling is a great plot hook. He stumbles across a friendly dice game in an alley. Instant bloodbath.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
You know, I'm picturing Mr. Furious. This little guy just saved your life.
Rage is rising.
And then Pete Magnet. It makes sense there to be a lot of techno wizards, considering Arzno has a lot of refugees from Tolkien. But I thought you said that was a possibility, not a reality.
Yeah. Possibility, but it makes sense. The reason it's a possibility is because it makes sense.
That's all I started.
Okay.
So cool. Well, that was a good introduction. I hope you do. I hope the Rifter 10 unfortunately sucks enough where you need to. Well, you kind of have to cover part 2 now.
I kind of have to part 2. I have to because even I want to know what those Finodi or whatever they're called are. I don't know what they are because I didn't read ahead.
So we'll be getting that in not the next Rifter, because again we're doing these in order. So 9.5 is next, and then Rifter 10 will be the one where he covers that. So probably November sometime, unless he's really really bored and wants to just do Rifters all October or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe I'll do the Rifters in a row.
Actually, no, we're still in September technically. So yeah, I mean it could be October.
Could be.
So where's my button? My button. So like, subscribe, and share. And as a final reminder, Kevin and Sean will be here on the 6th of October to have our first gamer talk with Kevin and Sean. Actually, it says with Sean and Kevin because the picture has them with Sean first and Kevin second. But it will be, this first episode will be about Rift Wilderness, talk about hex crawls and survival and how to set up wilderness adventures. Maybe probably some hook, line, and sinkers with regard to wilderness adventures and rifts, because apparently a lot of people out there do city campaigns and they don't know how to run or don't know how to fully manage a wilderness campaign in Rifts. So Kevin and Sean will come and talk about that. We're going to talk about overpowered and weak OCCs. If you think one is overpowered, if you think one is weak, please post that in the description and we'll bring that to. Also post why. Why do you think it's overpowered? Why do you think something is worthless? Why should I never take that OCC, or why is this the only OCC worth playing? Please put that in the description as to why. And then finally, like I brought up today in this video, Mega Damage and SDC. We're going to talk about how to, we'll see if it segues into that, but we're hopefully going to talk about how to manage SDC and MDC in the Rifts world. Oof. And with that, like, subscribe, and share. And of course, leave Heathen Dog some love as well about this video and how awesome Arzno is. Throw him a bone. Wow. Talk to you all next week.